Provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Yes, welcome back to Core Digest. Today we are talking football. That's a very close religion of all of us Nigerians. And I can tell you, the issue of FIFA ban, its lessons for government and, of course, football administrators in Nigeria is a topic and the issue of our discussion. We've been talking with Shola Rogers, who is an analyst and, of course, an amateur coach himself. And we have another analyst in the house who is also into football administration himself, Prince Will Oviason. Prince Will, welcome to our studios.
It's a pleasure being here.
Indeed. We've been talking the lessons for government with this issue of FIFA banning Nigeria and we can't do anything. By now, our girls should be in Canada, but we have to hold on. In only a few more days, by the 15th of this month, that ban may have to persist. Prince Will.
It's just unfortunate that we find ourselves in this same scenario over time. If you remember in 2006, after the World Cup, it was almost like the slogan was Galadima must go. We were able to manage it. It was still the same FIFA ban. We came back in 2010, the same scenario. It's worse with 2014. Reason being that there are legal issues that has made 2014 a bombshell. But the truth of the whole matter on ground is, where do we go from here? If you look at what FIFA is telling us, there's a court injunction. I was listening to my brother Shola on air before I met you guys or came in to join you. And he said something. He said there's a case today, 11th. And that case right now as I'm talking to you will take place. What happens if that injunction I was given and this same board that has been declared illegal was told to go? It is still government intervention or government coming to play its role. But let's tell people out there who don't know that either way, government is directly involved in running football. Let's start from the top. There is nobody who had partake or played the role of the chairman or the president of the NFA board or NFA board, as the case may be, that has not gotten government support. That's the fact. The funding of football in Nigeria, or in Africa per se, Nigeria to be very particular, is 90% carried out by the federal government. There is no responsible organization that wants to associate itself with this present group of people who run football. Reason, no accountability. In the last 5 years, Martins, no account has been published out there to showcase that NFA has generated this revenue and this will be spent. It has been government funding, and you tell me that government shouldn't interfere, it's impossible.
So now are we saying if we're talking about an issue of no accountability with the present administration of the NFF, has the government done wrong in putting out the administrators of NFF?
I'll be honest with you. In two ways, the way the fund comes into the NFF board is still shrouded in a lot of controversy. If you don't know, I'll let you know. We have what we call the Nigeria Football Association embedded in the statute of what runs football. And we have another name called Nigeria Football Federation, which FIFA acknowledges. But by law, you collect money with the name Nigeria Football Association and you spend it with the name NFF. Government, in its own entirety, sees football as an image laundering pipeline. All government wants to do is to use football to touch the masses. The basic truth is that if you're going to run football in this country, we need external fund for government to go out of it. But how do you go about it? When you don't have credible people to run football, the same way they will fall back to government to collect money. So it's practically impossible for you to create a dichotomy between the government fund and those running football because they're all still government-circled individuals.
Shola,
I was actually going to come in to say that the government, in quote now, the Nigerian Sports Commission, have said that they're not involved. So maybe we should go with
play it along.
Let's play
it along.
Safe and say yes, they are not involved. At least on paper, they are not involved. They are co-defendants to that suit that was filed in the Just Court a few days ago. I just wanted to put that out there so that if we're going to go about it, we know that we're talking mainly about the facts on ground. The facts are that there's a court case and that there was a congress held after the court case to more or less ratify the injunction that was sought by Mrs. Baribote. Those are the facts on ground. But it's contentious because to call a congress, the NFF statutes are very clear. To call a congress, we know what it takes. The person that convened the congress, was he empowered to convene that congress? Now, the congress, did it have the right kind of people, the right caliber of people who are recognized by law to ratify those decisions? And the acting Secretary General that was chosen by the Sports Commission or the Minister of Sports, is he in the right position to start restructuring the FA as an acting Secretary General? These are the facts out there. These are the issues on ground. These are the things that we really need to focus on and get the truth.
Shola, should you be a judge in your own matter, as the case is, because the person who is involved in this, I mean, that if the Congress had to be dissolved, is the only person who is empowered to call a Congress. But there is a matter which he is the accused. Why would you expect him to be a judge in that matter?
So precisely what I've been talking about all day. We are governed by rules. We're governed by the dictates of our society. You know that for you to function in Nigeria, for instance, you're supposed to pay your tax and your taxes and do this and do this and do that. We all know these things. So what we're saying is, didn't the Sports Commission or the minister, the previous one and the current one, know that this is what FIFA wanted before you could be a part of FIFA? They're saying for you to be a part of us, you must not have this kind of influence. We've always had that influence. My brother said something is the truth. You cannot attain that position as FA chairman without some form of government sponsorship or support. I said that too earlier. There's no way I can wake up now and say, okay, Shola has ideas about running the FA. Who's going to allow me get in there? I must stand on the platform. So we know, but this man is your man. You put him there. Megeri was a part of the former board.
Yes.
He was the financial director or something like that on the former board.
Chairman Finance Committee.
He was part of it. You know, he's always been there. So now that we're saying he's done something wrong, but you've forgotten that other board was bad too. That's why you kicked them out. And you picked someone from that board to be chairman of this new board. Now it's time for him to go. I'm saying if he's going to go, let us go to voting. Let the people who are really concerned about making things better in this country look for credible people. The last time we had Segun Odegbami come out, for instance, he wanted to contest. Who voted for Segun Odegbami?
They voted him out.
You see, so, and there's several people like that. So what I'm saying is, it's time for us to stop playing to the gallery and let's get down to brass tacks. Create an enabling environment that would throw up people who have the interest of Nigerian football at heart and Nigerian sports in general at heart. Let them come up. When those people come up, then you will know that, yes, we're in safe hands. What are we talking about?
Princely, who are football administrators in Nigeria? Who could we say are football administrators, aside from these civil servants who eventually throw their weights behind football administration?
You're one. He is one. You see, you didn't know play football to have that acumen to manage football. Football is big business anywhere in the world. All football needs is somebody who can create a direction, who can bring up a focus for the game to move forward. You need not be in government. You need not be a politician. A lot of people who are agitating that the issue about football should be an ex-footballer taking cue to manage football is wrong. Very, very wrong. If you know you have a focus, you have a drive, come in, get it done, because it is big money. In football, you can generate $10 billion in a year if it's done properly. We have a lot of organizations here in Nigeria who are willing to participate, but the door is not open to them. One of the few things they want to say is, are we safe? Can we participate? Is our money also safe? Can we see the project you're involved in? So anybody can manage football.
Let me hold you there, because we have a Facebook comment from Ilorin Aderemi Taiwo. FIFA is
unfair to Nigeria.
Unfair to Nigeria. Our own football is run with taxpayers' money, unlike private sponsorship elsewhere. So who pays the piper dictates the song. From Aderemi in Ilorin.
This is what I just need to keep reiterating. Who pays the piper dictates the tune. Abi, what we're saying is this person that pays the piper should not dictate this kind of tune. Don't go about it this way. Don't go about it this way. That's what we're saying. This is not how to go about it. Remember that the NSC released a statement saying that they're not involved. And this message on Facebook now says that who pays the piper dictates the tune. Isn't there a contradiction? That's a contradiction now.
Prince Will, if we're talking, you mentioned when Sheyi asked you about who should be football administrators in Nigeria, and you said that a football administrator doesn't necessarily have to know much about football. It must have skills to be able to manage. But at the same time, earlier you mentioned the issue of accountability. And on the coming back of the Super Eagles and NFF personnel who were in Brazil, they were served with a letter to make a refund of $3.6 million to Nigeria. It was an allowance given to these players and all of the people who went to Brazil for the Super Eagles. At this point, when we're talking about accountability and the Minister of Sports is making FIFA see that it is not government intervention, it is because there are some discrepancies in the financial abilities of the NFF. What would you suggest if really an administrator of the NFF does not need to know about football skill? What is wrong in the election of the civil servant who is supposed to head it now?
To be very candid with you, let's create a dichotomy. First and foremost, as you're seated there, you could become an administrator of football. All you need is the managerial skill, that acumen to plan, to focus, to integrate the resources you've gotten. That's one. Then two, there are technicalities involved in football. It's none of your own business. You engage those who can do that. And whatever they give you as their findings, you put into your planning calendar. If you're actually going to foresee a scenario where everybody participates actively, then you must have heads. You must have people who have roles to play. Such roles are defined and you get results. Or else we'll still go back to the same scenario we'll find ourselves. You just mentioned the issue of $3.6 million
refund.
I need to ask a question here, and the question goes to you. Probably you give me an answer.
Let me hold you a moment. Another story from Facebook. Kayode Atolagbe from Oyo. Nigerian football is being funded by the government, but FIFA did not allow the same government to have any say in a place where she puts her money. Big question.
Let me quickly say this. You know, before we came on air, I told you something, Martins, that there's a misrepresentation. Good enough, you're a learned man. I'm not learned, so probably you'll tell our viewers this. There's a misrepresentation between the NFF board and FIFA. NFF is not giving the true picture of what is happening back here in Nigeria to FIFA. FIFA assume, and that is what it should be. You're independent. You're independent. You should seek for your fund. Decisions taken are unilateral by your own body, but a lot of decisions taken need to be communicated back to NSC. One, two. Some of the funds, 80% of the fund used in running football comes from a source. That source you don't disclose to FIFA, and that's the problem. And we just have to rectify that particular area.
But if we're saying NFF did not disclose this to FIFA,
no, they've not been disclosing
it was general knowledge that the president of this nation personally had to intervene when the Super Eagles said they were not going ahead with the match fixture.
FIFA.
But how did FIFA know about this? It wasn't like a letter was sent to FIFA. So why didn't FIFA raise an eyebrow then when it knew the money was paid these players not from NFF?
It's not concern of FIFA. You see, I could talk to you. Give me a loan, I'll pay you back, right? For FIFA, they're basically concerned on what they see on paper and what you tell them. That's what FIFA is all about. But when you come out, you know, what has brought about this halobalo is the court injunction, throwing out. They've had a lot of cases, but none of them has tempered with the root, and the root is throwing out this current board off the seat. So for FIFA, you're touching the heart that belongs to them, and that is the arm that runs football in your country is our own arm. So if you push them out, you're pushing us out. But the NFF board, led by Aminu Megiri, has not emphatically told FIFA, our survival, our root comes from this area. And that is where the problem is.
Another hold on here, please. Daisy Olisa from Lagos, the most corrupt global organization is Sepp Blatter's FIFA. The man even wants to die on that post by seeking re-election persistently. In the last 2 years, Nigeria has been making progress, but FIFA's ranking for Nigeria was directly opposite our practical progress. What's that gentleman saying?
Shola, you seem to disagree.
Let me just put it out there again. I had to go back to study the FIFA ranking system because I felt like him too a few years ago. I'm like, what's going on now? We just beat this person and all of that. It's actually a cumulative system, and it works after this World Cup now. It's restarted and everything. So it's based on the number of games you played, the kind of opposition you've played, and all of that. It's not just based on, oh, you beat France, then you... No. While you... Let's, for instance, take this scenario. Nigeria is ranked, say, 32 in the world, and we beat Brazil. Oh, everybody expects Nigeria to jump to number 1. No, it's not going to happen. Because while you play Brazil, England has played, Spain has played. You know, you get... So it's like a league. And while you played only that one grade A game, some people have played 4 grade A games. So at the end of the day, you'll be shocked that Taiwan just goes ahead of Nigeria. The day I found out that it was that confusing, I left it for them.
Let me add something there. For all graded game is 5 points. Grade B is 4 points. Grade C is 3 points. Grade D is 3 points. What we've been doing, which is quite emphatically sorry, is we've been playing grade D, 3, grade D, and grade E. So how do you get your 5 points and 4 points when you have teams that are just out there playing grade A teams, getting 4 points?
Multiple. While you're playing 1, they're playing 2.
Gentlemen, let me hold you again. Also from our Facebook, Mary Williams from Lokoja. When Nigerian government was providing funds for FIFA organized events in Nigeria, you did not see that as government interference. Should stop funding NFF's activities. That is, government should stop funding NFF's activities. Let FIFA do the funding. Can FIFA fund Nigerian football?
Point of correction. Let's quickly put it out there. The Nigerian government did not fund any FIFA event. What you've done is to build your facilities up to FIFA standards. Let's get it right. FIFA will not come and take the stadiums away when you are gone. They won't take your cars away. They won't take your hotels away or your roads. They don't. Then FIFA is a business. FIFA has sponsors already. So that's why you would hear them call this World Cup. Name sponsorship, title sponsorship, and all of that. So the Nigerian government will not take funds and say, FIFA, take. We're sponsoring your tournament. No. What you do is to create an enabling environment for FIFA to come and host their tournament in your country. And if done well, most economies benefit from FIFA tournaments and the Olympics. Go and check the
okay.
Another one.
Okosun Osaze from Benin says Nigerian government and judiciary should be more clever than Blatter because an outright ban will take us back several years. Football development in all ramifications is subject to international competition.
Is it not? Is it not?
Well, to be very candid with you, if you remember, there was a time President Jonathan says we should go out of international football for 2 years.
For 2 years.
And what was the basic reason? Restructuring, reorganization. If we don't do it right, we'll still go back in the same scenario we find ourselves with FIFA. I must be honest with you. If you're going to live by the rules, you must make good rules. FIFA has rules and regulations, and those rules we must live by. We've never living by them. So if at all we're going to participate, we must come back home, sit down, and look at where is everything going wrong. Then we put them in full structure. Then we can do that.
Prince Will, we had a former governor of Abia State saying if he is given a chance to become the NFF chief, probably Nigeria would be winning the World Cup or would have gotten the World Cup.
No comment.
No comment? You must react because I want to know what it takes to be a chief.
We were talking about
NFF.
Administrators, did we not?
Okay.
What does it take?
Sheyi Martins has just said something. I did say earlier on that anybody could manage Nigerian football. You see, politically, you can't take it away. Even in FIFA, it's a politically inclined organization. Shola just said something. FIFA doesn't come to you and say, we want to organize. Can you give us the support? Build facilities, infrastructures, give us security, the funding, they'll support you with the funding. The man you just mentioned does not come into the show of what it will take to run Nigerian football. With due respect, it has the pedigree. But you see, for you to run Nigerian football, you must belong to a class. That's why I said no comment. It's very, very tenacious. The Oji Uzokalu is somebody who loves sports. It's somebody who has contributed to sports. But as it is right now, we said something earlier on in the program. In Nigeria, it's a peculiar case. For you to run football here, let's say the truth, you must belong to a circle. And that he doesn't belong.
And Shola, you're shaking.
Probably, you might go back.
Yeah, Shola, yeah.
This is what I always say to people. My take is he a Nigerian? Yes. Is he within the age to be voted for?
Yes.
Does he have the platform to go into the FA?
Question mark.
Okay. If he does, let him contest. If he wins, congratulations. But if he does not win, well, good luck with that.
From Katsina, we have another message. Remi Oloko. How much communication transpired between FIFA and the Nigerian government before their action? I'm yet to understand what's the cause.
Clause.
Yes, the clause, government interference, means it somehow makes sense to me that attempt was being made to clean up NFF. From the start, it's not glaring whether it is government that instigated the court case.
Now, Remy, thank you very much. Remy is really asking those important
Very
questions
vital
out
questions.
there. And it still remains to be seen who instigated this court case. And if the court case was supposed to be a precursor to the clear out of the FA, what is the prayer before the court? The prayer before the court is that these people should stop functioning as NFA people pending the time that something is determined.
Okay, let me state the prayer. I think I have a clear cut in that particular case injunction.
Sorry, Principal, you can state it. Sorry, bro. Okay. What I'm saying is, suddenly, this court case has now become that platform for the Sports Commission or the Sports Ministry to now bring in someone. And they said it's because the court said they should bring in someone. And I said, fine, you brought in someone, no wala. But why is that person now suddenly creating committees? Committees are not going to function for only one day. They're going to be there for a while. They have a tenure. And people have been appointed as head of departments in all the departments under 1 week. And he's supposed to be there. And today is supposed to be the day when they go back to court. And before that, you've already taken these decisions. Doesn't it show that it was premeditated and it was planned? Doesn't it show that?
Prince Will.
Yes, let me quickly say something to our viewers out there. In recent times, no executive board has stayed 2 terms.
Twice.
Is it a cause? That's the question I've been asking. Is it a cause? I don't know. But like what Shola said, is it a premeditated event? If you look at the scenario, yes. The truth remains that for every administration, you've accused them of corruption. That's just the truth. In this case, like what I was trying to explain when I did
the prayer before the court.
Mrs. Baributi, Binapo Baributi, went to court and says she wants to contest as the president of NFF board. But in the present circumstances, the people there are not fit to conduct election because they've been declared illegal by a court.
That's right.
Are you getting the scenario? So she's not ready to go in there and contest with them because they are illegal. That's where the scenario comes from.
Let me hold you because another one from Kogi, Okpadokun Raimi. The minister have just written his name in the black book. NFF election is close by. Why not wait till then and lobby the states, FA, to vote them out and save Nigeria all these distractions? He should just eat the humble pie, do the needful, and plan for the elections.
It's difficult.
It's difficult?
Yes, it's difficult because you see, the FA chairmans and the secretaries just came back from Brazil.
They've been away.
Sorry, Okpadokun.
Yeah.
I didn't get his
Raimi.
first name. Raimi. God bless you so much. God bless you. You have hit the nail on the head. That is the issue. They should stop telling us lies. We are Nigerians. You know one of the reasons why I'm not really happy with the way things have been playing out. A report came out on the day the girls were barred from traveling to Canada. The media officer of the Nigerian Football Federation, now who is still there, Demola Olajiri, sent out a counter report saying it's not true, that there's no ban. We all went on air with this news. People listen to us. Now, we have one saying that Nigeria, the armor has fallen, and it started with the 4 cornets that they can't go to Canada. And you came out to tell us, no, there's nothing like that. Then 2 or 3 hours after, you know, the whole world knew that we had been banned all over the world. It was there. And till today, he has not come out to tell us, no, okay, we're sorry. This is the problem that we have. This is the problem with Nigeria. Information sharing. Nigerians deserve to know the truth. Some people are holding back the truth. Let us speak the truth. How do we make this thing better? How do we make this thing better? You think it's by all these funny court cases and all? No, sir. No, sir. It's not going to happen.
Prince Will, how would you evaluate the impact of this ban on Nigeria?
It's massive. Massive. There are a lot of young ones out there who sees football as a way out to create a party career. There are a lot of journalists out there who talks football more than any other sports. There are a lot of media houses who hold on to sports, especially football, to sell out their stations. And the society at large, football generally, I'm not talking about sports now, football generally is one point or one rallying point. If you go to the market, during the World Cup, I had a woman saying, we go flog these Eagles. A woman selling okra, we go flog it. That's to tell you the impact. So right now, the ban is massive. And we have a way out. If you ask me, my candid opinion is the ban should stay. But there are a lot of people who suffer for it. And the way out is to go back. You see, like that last Facebook
message.
respondent. Yes,
message.
Opadokunde did say, we could find a way out. I was just trying to tell you that it's going to be difficult for the FA chairman and the FA secretaries to vote them out because it's a rallying point. They all went to Brazil with Negeri. And even in the Congress, that Shola mentioned earlier on, it was proxy. Those that came were not the FA chairman. They sent people, they sent delegates. It was by proxy. The only way out right now is what FIFA has told us. The embryo can be resorted, can be resolved by allowing this ball to come in, and you give them a soft landing by going out.
And you know, just to add to that, we're talking about this ban and the impact and all. Jocularly, I'm happy because you see, let me tell you the truth. Other sports are suffering in this country.
So much.
You need to see what's going on in other sports to understand that football is killing sports in Nigeria. Football is killing swimming, table tennis, taekwondo. You see all those guys now, they're in one corner smiling and say, thank God, let them ban them, let them. I'm telling you, because we have a minister of sports who promised us, like all the other ministers that promised, that he's not going to be a minister of football. But what is he looking like today now? Why so much interest in football? Why don't you show the same level of interest in boxing that will give us a minimum of 7 to 8 medals at the Olympics? Why don't you show swimming has 32 gold medals?
Yep.
What
32.
are we talking about? If they won't ban us, may them ban us. May we go restructure. Now the truth. If
So
we're not ready,
are we
if
coming
we're not
back
ready,
to status quo from
if
what
we're not ready to do the right thing, then let it stay. But like
We
you
did.
said, if you go out on the streets, a lot of people believe that football is their life.
Okay, we have this one coming from Yemi Olaoye from Oka. By agreeing to join FIFA, we laid down part of that sovereignty. By our sovereign decision, they gave the rules, we chose to be part of them. If we don't want their rules to be binding on us, we should simply pull out or comply, then make a case. You seem to agree?
Yeah.
It's not about agreeing, it's about all what I've been saying here for the past 2 hours or thereabout. This is what we're saying. FIFA is voluntary. FIFA did not bring a gun to our heads and say, come and join us. We went to register 1940 something, way back when.
5.
You know, we wanted to be a part of FIFA. And if you want to be a part of FIFA, then you must comply. If you can't comply, pull out now. Maybe we should start our own federation.
That would be difficult.
well, the reality is that the president did say some 2 years ago that he needed a 2 years respite to put Nigerian football in its proper perspective. And had that happened, would you think other sports would thrive?
If the president had done that, then we would have been banned properly. Because what that means is that, for instance, the Nations Cup qualifiers during that period, we would not have played it. And if you do not honor a certain number of games, of course, you know that the hammer will come down on you. That's what would have happened now. Apart from you pulling out, there will be a ban for a certain period, which could be extended depending on how you handle it. But for other sports, it probably would have been a good thing, you know, because it still beats me how, growing up, we would go to the stadium to watch Atoda Musa and the rest of them, you know, Yomi Bankole. We knew about boxing, and that's what helped me now, because I found out that the bulk of people in our business are football analysts and reporters. But we have moved to Formula 1 and every other sport. Maybe that will help our sports. Go and look at what's happening in basketball. It's really sad. Until the sponsors of the basketball league brought a new floor, our indoor hall, the part where you bounce the ball and it stays there. It stays there. It shouldn't be. These things don't come. They don't cost a arm and a leg. People are out there, and these are sports that can actually help more people. Go to the riverine areas. Let us make swimming something. Let's make boxing something.
Let me hold you again. Mirabel Peters from Lagos. Sometimes I wish there could be a parallel football association other than this corrupt FIFA.
I don't think that's the issue on ground right now. The issue on ground right now is, are you willing to participate? If
or
yes,
not.
If I come to your house and you give me rules, I must live by the rules. But I must also tell you that the rules you're giving me, this is my own drawback. And this is where NFF has gone wrong. They've not actually stated their predicaments to FIFA. What they've been giving to FIFA is a clear picture of, we're okay, things are all right, no problem. And that is fallacy.
Should the ban have helped Nigerian sports? This is where we
Then
are.
or now?
Even now.
Other sports.
Would it help Nigerian sport?
You want me to be very honest with you?
Let's remember very quickly. We had a Nojim Maegun. We had Konye Guachi, who is, well, out of age now, languishing in England.
Dick Tiger.
We had the Dick Tiger that defeated the Irish giant. I mean, the world class.
We had Ogan Bassi.
We had boxers. And most of our boxers go to Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games and come out with medals.
Do you want to be honest with you? Yes, under two conditions. One, every individual that plays football is an athlete, can also go back to other sports. My very self-stated there, I stopped taekwondo in my red belt second grade. I did long jump. I sprint. I play football up to the Helsinki level where we went to represent this country. But do you know that a lot of people believe that as a footballer, that's where it ends. It will create a diversion, and that's what we're saying. That diversion to be creative in other areas. I was in Badagry some 3 months ago where I saw young men doing canoe paddling competition. 3 hours later, they were playing football. 3 hours later.
Shola, rounding off now, if we say that FIFA has not really done well and we might pull away from FIFA or probably a parallel body with FIFA, the truth is, the question is, will it stop the corruption cases, the fierce competition for the administration of NFF? Will it put NFF and sporting in Nigeria in the right direction?
No, absolutely not. And the thing is that our prayer is that this current process would actually lead to an enabling environment, a level playing field for people who have the interest of sports and football at heart to come out and be a part of it and use this platform to change our sport. And on the issue of allegation of corruption, I do not condone corruption. I believe that anybody that has been found guilty should be dealt with according to the books.
Well, we cannot say more, and it's beginning to look like. Do we still have some few minutes for one more question, don't we? Go ahead.
No, of course. I just will ask Prince Will that what's your advice for someone who loves sports in Nigeria outside there, probably not football, maybe something else. What's your advice to such a person?
First and foremost, dedication. You just have to be dedicated and show that commitment. And remain focused. Once you have these 3 elements in you, you'll get to the peak.
Indeed, Nigerians can get to the peak. But in the circumstance where we find ourselves with a ban such as this, would our government learn a lesson from this? Or is it part of the growing up that we all tend to contain and contend with? That, oh, we're just making it better and it will get even better. We hope that the football ban on Nigeria, whether you want it to stay or not, there are lessons for government and for administrators. If we go to someone's enclave, there are rules laid down. Our senior advocate of Nigeria did say we do not like to honor agreements. We have a way with agreements in this nation. Should that be the cause? Because football is the second dessert, if not the second course or the main course to most homes in Nigeria. And we hope something be done, and quickly, before the 15th of July. We thank you for being there with us. Keep your message coming in because it rolls on and we will always compliment you. I am Sheyi Martins. We want to say a big thank you to our guests,
Thank you,
Prince Will Ovieso and Shola Rogers, for being here.
It's been a pleasure.
And everyone's been excitedly winking at you.
Really?
We'll see you tomorrow. It's football weekend, is it not? Don't worry, our own league is done. but the World Cup is still very much on. Who are you rooting for? Oh, okay, I heard you. We'll see you next week.
Core TV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
A 24-hour news station